Hi, I'm Jean Boone from the Central Branch of the Howard County Library System. Thanks for joining me today for Preschool Parade. This is a class designed for ages 2 to 5, and I'm going to share some songs and stories and rhymes with you today that help build school readiness skills. So as you can see, this is a pre-recorded class, which means, sadly, I can't see all your smiling faces out there. But the good news is that you can pause the recording anytime you need to take a break and come back when you're ready. And you can also go back to your favorite parts and play them over and over and over again. So let's get started today with a hello song to greet each other. I've got the words right here beside me, and we're going to do the American Sign Language to go along with it. So let me show you what those signs are. Hello is like this. Tap your forehead and wave out. Friends. Let your fingers hug each other. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time. Tap your wrist where you might have a watch. To say, tap your chin and pull out. Hello. How about if we sing that together twice? Let's start. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hello, hello. I'm so glad you could be with me in this way today. So we're going to have some fun today with directions like up and what's the opposite? Down and around and around and around. And to get started with that, I have a rhyme that will let us try out all kinds of directions. Here are the words. It goes like this. This is up, up, up. You push your hands up as high as you can go. And this is down, down, down. Can you go all the way to the ground? This is out, out, out. So start in close to your body, in, and push out, out, out. Good. And this is around and around and around. Spin your hands. This is hands above my head. Can you put your hands above your head like this? And this is lay down on my bed. Pretend your hands are your bed and lay your head right on it. Okay, let's try it now. A little faster. Here we go. This is up, up, up. And this is down, down, down. This is out, out, out. And this is around and around and around. This is hands above my head. And this is lay down on my bed. Good job. That was a lot of different kinds of directions. Now, as an early learning tip for the grown-ups out there, I just wanted to say that it's important for children to learn how to describe where things are in relation to each other, like beside, behind, above, below. And these words not only help build their vocabulary, but they're an important foundation for math as well. So you can help reinforce these concepts whenever you're playing and doing everyday activities. For example, if you're playing with blocks, make a point of saying the red block is on top of the blue block, or the big block is in front of the small one. And you can also play games that involve following directions and putting things in different places. So let's try that today. I'm going to do it with my friend, the bluebird, who, I don't know where she went. She's not in the tree right now, is she? And she's not on my lap. Oh, I found her. You know where she's hiding? She's behind the flannel board. Let me get her to come out. Oh, there she is. Here's my bluebird. So I'm going to give her some directions of where to sit and see if she can follow them, get into the right place. So if you have a toy or a stuffed animal close at hand and you want to grab it and do that and use that along with me, or you can just use your hands, let's see if we can trick Bluebird. See how many directions she knows. Okay, go beside my ear. That's it, beside my ear. How about above my head? No, that's on my head, above. That's it, a little higher, there we go. How about under my arm? This one. Uh-oh, she might be squished. I don't think that's a good spot. How about behind my back? No, well, that's behind, but that's behind my head. Let's try there, behind my back, kind of a stretch. How about on my elbow? Can she balance there? There we go, on my elbow. Good. And next to my chin, on my nose, and in my lap. Good job. Well, I hope you had some fun with that. I think the Bluebird did a really good job, don't you? We'll put her back here behind the flannel board again. And now I would like to show you some things that I have inside a basket. Here's my basket. Let's see what might be inside. Here's something interesting. It's blue, but not soft like that Bluebird. It's hard. This is a special kind of doll. It comes from Russia and it's called a matrushka, and it has something special in it. Can you hear it rattle? All right, let's take a look inside. I'm going to set this basket up here so that we can to give us a little platform for the things we're going to find. Here we go. What do you think is in there? I'm going to open it up, and inside, look, it's another doll just like the big one. This one's a little smaller. And it's rattling too. Do you think there could be more? Let me open it up, and inside is another one. Wow, this is number 3. And that's not all. Open it up, and inside is a 4th one. She's a little smaller. I don't hear anything else. Maybe that's it. There's more. Number 5. You see how they're getting smaller? And I don't know, do you think there could be anything more inside this one? Yes, number 6 is inside. Wow, well, I'm not going to go any further. Let's start putting them back together. We're going to put 6 inside 5. Do you want to count backwards with me? We put 5 inside, which one? 4, number 4. And now we're going to put number 4 inside number 3, and 3 inside number 2, and 2 will go inside the biggest one that we started with, number 1. There they are, all back together again and back inside my basket. Good counting. There's something else inside here though. Ooh, kind of squishy and squirmy. I don't know if I want to take it out. You want to know what it is? You'll never guess. It's a whole bunch of worms. Yes, worms. Well, that's because I wanted to share a rhyme with you today about worms. And I'm going to need your help with the colors and the counting. Are you ready? Let's start. Here's the first one. What color is that worm? Red. One red wiggly worm under the sky so blue. Here's the sky. And the worm is under, isn't he? Along came, oh, what color is that one? An orange one. And now there are 2. 1, 2. 2 colorful wiggly worms squirming up the tree. There goes the red one. And now squirming up is the orange one. Along came, what color is this one? Did you say blue? The blue one. And now there are 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 colorful wiggly worms searching for one more. Along came, a tan one. And now there are, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 colorful wiggly worms. Into the puddle they dive. Oh, here's the puddle. Let's put them in the puddle. Ooh, splash. And here comes the tan one into the puddle. And the orange one will come down the tree and right in there. And here comes the red one down the tree and into the puddle. Into the puddle they dive. Along came, what color is that one? A green one. And now there are 5. It's a little hard to tell because they're so bunched up. 5 colorful wiggly worms crawling across some sticks. Well, here are the sticks. Let's make the green one crawl across them this way, up here. And the red one can crawl across on this side to that side. And the orange one is going to go across to join the red one. And here comes the tan one out of the puddle and across the sticks to the top. Whoops. Uh-oh. Back up across the sticks. There we go. And the blue one goes across the sticks and down. Now, along comes a, what color is that one? A purple one. And now there are 6. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 colorful wiggly worms going every which way. Let's see, we have some over here on the left side and some on the right side. Some are down, some are up. They're all over and there's no room for any more. So 6 colorful wiggly worms and we're done. Good counting. Now, thinking of all those worms squirming around reminded me of a song. Do you know the song, The Ants Go Marching? Well, I was thinking we could turn it into The Worms Go Squirming, because worms, do you know where worms live? They're usually down under the ground. And in that song, and we go like this, round and round, you can spin your hands, and under the ground and out in the rain. So let's try that with worms. I'm going to gather them all up here. So that will be ready. Take these things away. So we'll start with the worms are going to march or squirm. The worms are going to squirm one by one, one by one. And if you don't know the tune, you'll catch on fast because we're going to keep going. And it's the same over and over. All right, here's how we go. It goes. The worms go squirming one by one, hurrah, hooray. The worms go squirming one by one, hurrah, hooray. The worms go squirming one by one. The purple one stops to suck his thumb. Wait a minute. Do worms have thumbs? They don't even have hands. It's too silly. Let's keep going. And they all went squirming round and round and under the ground and out in the rain. The worms go squirming 2 by 2. Add some more. 2 by 2. The worms go squirming 2 by 2. Hurrah, hooray. The worms go squirming 2 by 2. Hurrah, hooray. The worms go squirming 2 by 2. The tan one stops to tie his shoe. Do worms have shoes? They don't even have feet. The worms go squirming round and round and under the ground and out in the rain. The worms go squirming 3 by 3. Hurrah, hooray. There's one and another one here. 3 by 3. Hurrah, hooray. The worms go squirming 3 by 3, hurrah, hooray. The worms go squirming 3 by 3. The green one stops to climb a tree. That is something a worm could do. And they all go squirming round and round and under the ground and out in the rain. The worms keep squirming on and on and on until you run out of rhymes. So you can keep going and add more and more numbers and more silly rhymes that you can think of. But we're going to stop there for now. Good counting. Because I would like to show you a couple of books you might want to check out from the library. So you can go to our website, hclibrary.org, and request books to put on hold and pick them up at whichever branch is convenient for you. So one of the books I wanted to show you is Yellow Ball. This is by Molly Bang, and it doesn't have very many words in it. But what's great is this ball is going on quite an adventure. And so you could kind of make up your own story and talk about where the ball is. Gives you a chance to use lots of those positional words. And this one, Lucy in the City by Julie Dillamuth, is about a little raccoon, Lucy, who has gotten separated from her family in the city and she has to find her way back home. So she asks Owl for some help and he gives her directions. And what I love about it are there are some pages that are like little maps where you can track Lucy's progress as she moves, as she follows Owl's directions. And also in the back, this book includes a whole bunch of activities that kids can do after reading the book, things you could do together that help reinforce all those spatial concepts. So take a look for that one also. All right, now I'd like to share with you a story. And I'm going to tell this story with my hands today, and you can do it along with me. First of all, I think we'll take the worms down. Get them out of the way. And we're going to use our thumbs. Can you make your thumbs go up? And our fingers are going to be their houses. So here's a teeny tiny man and put it in a house. Here's your other one, your teeny tiny woman, and you can put it in a house like that. The story is called The Teeny Tiny Man. It's a Canadian finger play and folk tale. Lots of ways to tell it. So see if you can follow along with me. Here's a teeny tiny man in a teeny tiny house. Here's a teeny tiny woman in a teeny tiny house. And they play all day at hide and seek. The teeny tiny man through his window peeps. Can you stick your thumb through your fingers? If no one is looking, he softly creeps out the door. He goes so slow, looks up, looks down, looks high, looks low. Then back into his house he goes. The teeny tiny woman through her window peeps. If no one is looking, she softly creeps out the door. She goes so slow, looks up, looks down, looks high, looks low. Then back into her house she goes. Sometimes the teeny tiny people forget to peep. Out of their doors they softly creep. Look up, look down, look high, look low. They see each other and laugh. Ho, ho, ho. Then back into their houses they go. The end. That's a short and silly story, isn't it? But fun to do with your fingers. And it's fun to go up and down and high and low. So I hope you enjoyed that. So now maybe you're ready for an action song. You need to stand up and do some stretching. So I have a song where we're going to go up and down and up and down. You can stand up and stretch and bend down as far as you can. I'm going to use my bluebird friend to help with the ups and downs so that I don't move right out of the camera here. So the words for this song, this is the Grand Old Duke of York. Like a nursery rhyme, you might know it. Here are the words. It goes like this. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. So this could be a good exercise. We'll start slow and we'll get faster. You ready? The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Good job. A little faster. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Even faster. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Whew. Oh, good job. Well, my arms are tired. How about yours or your legs if you were really going up and down? So now I'd like to share with you some resources, some other resources you can get from the library through our website, just using your library card barcode and PIN number. So let me share my screen so you can see some of these book covers. These are a lot of great books that focus on, that feature the kinds of positional vocabulary we've been talking about today. So Up, Down, and Around is a very fun, rhymey book that shows you all kinds of things growing in the garden, the kinds of plants that grow up from the dirt and the kind that grow down in the dirt, like carrots and onions, and things that grow all around and around, like vines, pumpkin vines. So that's a fun one to look at. And in the middle there, Lift is a new book by Min Lee that features an elevator that goes up, up, up and takes a little girl on some kind of magical adventures. In, Over, and On, you can see is a very silly book. You can tell right from the cover, can't you? And it has 3 short little stories. It's by Ethan Long, and it will make you laugh. Rosie's Walk is a classic picture book by Pat Hutchins. And Rosie is a chicken, you see her on the cover there, who just sets off for a walk across the farmyard and doesn't know that the fox is where? Is he in front of her? No, he's right behind her, sneaking along. Will he catch her? You'll have to read that to see what happens to Rosie. In the corner, Pressed Here is a very fun book by Hervé Toulet that is interactive. So you can follow directions on every page and see what happens if you press the right dot. And We're Going on a Bear Hunt by Michael Rosen is also a fun participation book. You can go on this adventure with a family through make your way through the swishy swashy grass and into the mud and past the forest until you get to the bear's cave. And for the littlest ones out there, Skippy John Jones that's a board book, and there are many board books that focus on opposites and these kinds of concepts of up and down in this one. So take a look for that board book and many others. And while you're at our website, you might want to check out our e-resources for kids. We have lots of things that you can access 24 hours a day on our website. You can go to Tumble Book Library and read picture books on your screen and have them narrated out loud for you if you like, where the text can be highlighted for your child. Bookflix is a wonderful service that pairs a fiction book and a nonfiction book around the same theme. So here we have some geography related books, The Scrambled States of America, which is a very silly book about the states getting all mixed up, and a book called Types of Maps that is nonfiction about map making skills, map reading skills, I suppose. And finally, National Geographic Kids is always a fantastic place to visit. If you're looking for some more information about something, you want to see some great photographs or videos of things in nature. So maybe you want to know a little bit more about worms and whether they do have thumbs or feet. And you can look that up on National Geographic Kids, like I've shown you here. All right, well, let's come back together for our goodbye rhyme. This is the wave rhyme. Maybe you remember it. We'll do it together. Just follow along with me. Wave high, up high. Wave low, down low. I'm sad to say it's time to go. Wave your elbows. Wave your toes. Wave your tongue. Wave your nose. Wave your knees. Can't see mine. I'm waving them. Wave your lips. Blow a kiss with your fingertips. Wave your ears. Wave your hair. Wave your belly and derriere. That's French for your bottom. So you have to wiggle. Wave your chin. Wave your eyes. Wave your hand and say goodbye. Goodbye, friends. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope that I will see you again soon. If you have any comments or questions regarding this class, please send us an email at askhcls@hclibrary.org. I'm going to put that address up in a moment and put Preschool Parade in the subject line. So thanks again for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye.